Hey everyone, Tony D with another hot take. This one about the South Jersey coronavirus. It's here. So those of you who are local to me in the South Jersey area know that the latest, and you probably already know because you're probably following it like I am, Cherry Hill has a patient who presumptively has the coronavirus, which is a weird statement. It indicates to me that they don't have the testing kit. I mean, if they have the testing kit, don't they know? Or is the kit not, does it take a few days? What's the deal there? If it takes a few days, how do they know he has it? And if he doesn't, then, I'm not sure what's going on there, but he probably has it. Over the last, 24 hours, we had cases in New York, guy in Fort Lee, somebody who was in contact with the people who caught it in either Fort Lee or New York went to an event at a Bucks County school in Doylestown, which is about an hour away from here, and they closed the school. Now we have a guy who they're not sure how he contracted it yet, but he is in the hospital with the virus, and it's literally the next town over from me. So, if you haven't bought your food, I told you, but you probably still have some time. Don't panic. Panic is the enemy, but you should try to do the smart thing. Tomorrow, Saturday, people are going to go bananas at the store. They're probably already going bananas at the store right now. But you want to try to hit a store that maybe not too many people go to for whatever you need. If you don't have to worry about what you pay, then just pay whatever at whatever store. If you can go to a small, little out-of-the-way store as opposed to a store on the main strip on the main road that's always crowded, do that. I have a Target near me that they have like a little supermarket in it, but it's not so big. So I go there because they tend to roll over the food, and when it starts to expire, they slash the price and I get a good deal. So, I went there like yesterday afternoon, face mask and everything. As far as getting a face mask goes, or even going to CVS, I don't know if they have any left, but you might be able to get some. Not that it's really going to do you much good. You've got to really be in lockdown mode now. You have to assume every surface is contaminated and everything you touch has contaminated. So when you buy stuff from the store, you got to bring it home and do what I do. I described this yesterday. Put the stuff on a table with a tablecloth that you can wipe down. Then take the items out of the bag and using one of these Clorox wipes with bleach in it, wipe down the items one at a time, taking it away from the table somewhere else. Then throw out the bags that you brought the stuff home with, and then wipe down the table. Then make sure you wipe your hands. I was using the cloth. It dries out your hands a bit, so you really don't want to do that. You want to wash your hands at the end. But then take the Clorox cloth and make sure you hit all the doorknobs, your car handles, your steering wheel, every part of the car you touched after you touched the items in the bag. You have to assume that everything you bring into your space is completely contaminated. That's why you have to get rid of the bags and have to hope that, only the handles were touched or whatever. And that as far as the items go, once you wipe them down, I imagine you should be pretty safe. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't go. Don't order food. Don't get takeout. Don't have food delivered, because that's like inviting the virus right into your place. You have to assume everybody has it at this point, or that a lot of people do. You got to avoid public areas. If you got a trip plan, or you were going to the movies, or a concert, cancel it. Stay home and stay with the family, or whoever you're with. Clean the house. Probably a good idea. I know I'm not too good at that, but I'm going to give it a shot. Quite frankly, the house is pretty clean now, thanks to all my paranoid cleaning. So far, me and Doggy are okay. Right, Joan? You okay, Joan? She's in the other room. So keep in mind that your animals can get it. So if you do get sick, try to stay away. You know, don't let your dog lick your face or anything like that. You know, animals aren't really going to understand, so there's only so much you can do, but you could certainly keep your dog from licking your face, which is something you definitely don't want. You don't want to get the dog sick. You may not be able to help that, so don't beat yourself up if it happens. I'm not really sure. You know, I haven't heard anything about curing animals for the coronavirus yet, but I'm sure if you call your vet, if there's a problem, you know, they'll have something to give your pet. You know, it's not like you're going to be locked in your own home like they were in China. It's likely that they're going to issue a voluntary quarantine, which means you don't have to do anything. But you probably should stay home if you can possibly do it. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that say, oh, it's no big deal. And, you know, I've certainly been getting that. And I kept telling people, no, this is coming. And you really ought to stock up because, you know, supply chains are going to be disrupted and people are going to go bananas and clear the store shelves and buy way too much. I kind of bought a little too much, but, you know, I got a little extra in case I need it. And, you know, I got some soup and I got all my sick food and medicine. So if I do get sick, I can just wait it out here a good week before I'm probably in trouble and really need to go anywhere, if not longer. So that's what I'm doing. You know, you don't have to listen to me. I'm not an expert, but you should really think about all the surfaces you're touching and really think about cleaning everything just to be safe. There's no telling if you've brought a little bit of the contamination into your house. So even if you just do your normal cleaning ritual sooner rather than later and then stay in the house, you'll be that much better off. You know, clean is better. You know, as far as strategies about food and food acquisition, like I said, you know, you might be out of luck at this point because I think people are going to go bananas tomorrow over the weekend. Everybody's going to be home. They're going to catch up on the news and they're going to go, oh my God. So tonight's probably the last chance you have to get to the store and buy stuff before people really go crazy. And it could be going crazy now. I don't know. I'm not going to the store now. I'm done going to the store for a while. I've quite frankly, I don't have any more room for things. But I don't have a lot of room. So like I don't have a lot of stuff. I just should have enough for a couple of weeks. And but if you can all arrange it, don't go to work next week. You know, take your vacation days, take your sick days, whatever you need to do. Maybe don't take your sick days, but, you know, take your vacation days. Just, and if you're lucky and you got a good boss, well, maybe they'll just close down for a week or two. It's going to be a long time before things are back to normal. There's going to be a lot of people who are sick all at the same time. The hospitals may get overrun. You know, at this point, don't be afraid to go to the hospital if you think you have the symptoms. And the symptoms are going to be a cough. Definitely go to the hospital if you have a fever. You definitely need to be tested if you have a fever. That's a big sign. At some point, and they'll probably announce if the hospitals get a little overrun, it may be pointless to even go to the hospital if you're not that sick. If you're younger. The good thing about this virus is it looks like no one under the age of 10 has died from it, and very few younger people have died from it. So that's a bonus. It is, however, a negative that men are 65% more likely to apparently die of this. So guys, bros, take care of yourself. Don't get stressed out. Here, come here, Joan. Say hi to everybody. Cheer everybody up. I'm being such a downer. Come here. Come here. Ugh. Anyhow, get lots of sleep. Relax this weekend. Just stay home. I believe online they have a live coronavirus map, and you can check out the various places where it's popping up. I think the state of New Jersey will probably declare a state of an emergency relatively soon, probably before the weekend's out. Because probably before the weekend's out, we'll have dozens of cases all over the place and you have to remember, 1 to 3 week incubation period, easy. Which means most of these people, if the CDC came to you and you have coronavirus and they said to you, come here, Joan. Come here. I'm going to grab you now. Come here, you. There we go. Now we got Little Joan. Yeah, Little Joan's happy. If they said to you, can you please name all the people you've contacted in the last 20 days, I think you'd be hard-pressed to get every single clerk you ran into and, person you may have shared an elevator with or whatever. So there's no way they're going to contain this. It's just going to be everywhere. And some of you watching right now probably already have it, but you just don't have any of the symptoms yet. And don't feel bad if you've given it to people. There's no way you can detect it. There's no way you can know. No, the only way you'd know is if you were tested and they told you you had it. If you're sick, just don't go out unless it's to the doctor or whatever. If you can if it's all possible, one of the things you might do is this. I ordered some food on Amazon. Now, there's a risk in that the box and the box within the box could be contaminated. So you have to be careful. You have to wipe down that box as well. So I got part of my food supplies from Amazon today. I ordered some, power bars or whatever they're called, little granola nut bars. They're good to have. You could just pop one, 3 or 4 bites, and they're done for me. And give you a little bit of energy, a little bit of food. They're very portable. You can take them with you if you have to go somewhere. Again, don't go anywhere. And I ordered some canned tunas and some tortilla. Can't get regular bread through the mail. Apparently, it's too hard unless they're going to deliver it to you. Unless they're going to deliver it to you from Whole Foods. Now, you may be able to afford that, or you have a Whole Foods next to you and you don't mind blowing that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money, so I ordered the tortillas. Amazon can deliver them. So I got the tortillas and tuna fish coming in like within a week. So if I'm running low on stuff, that'll be like a new supply. So if this drags on, but Amazon keeps running, you may have an avenue to get some food. The dog has heard a noise. She's very upset. She can't seem to find the source of the noise, so she's just marching around the house very frustrated. Anyhow, be safe. And by the way, it's my birthday on Monday. Normally, I go to all-you-can-eat sushi and, spend time with the family, but I'm canceling all that to just hunker down. To me, that's it's not a better birthday, but it's what I want to do. We'll celebrate my birthday in a month or two when this all blows over. and hopefully we're not living in a near dystopian future, roaming the streets for canned goods and, you know, uh, shooting mutants that caught the disease. Although it would be pretty badass. I mean, you got to admit, Mad Max future, in a couple of weeks would be pretty crazy. Not that I'm asking for that, but you have to admit it's kind of got a mystique to it. So be safe, wash your hands, guard yourself, and don't panic because this coronavirus has a 96.6 survival rate. So you're going to survive. You're just probably going to get sick. 20% may require, get so sick they have to go to the hospital, but most of you won't. So, don't freak out if you get something. Call a doctor, work things out. You're going to be okay. Everyone's going to be okay, except for a very tiny slice of people, unfortunately. So, be safe.